Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of What Did I Get This Week? This is going to be episode 8, and after the Viz drought from last time, we're back with quite a few new releases from them, and then some things from some other publishers too. Only one figure this time around, but it's a pretty exciting one, so stay tuned. And then no CDs this haul, but I've got some coming for the next one that I'm also really looking forward to. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the Viz pickups, starting with Kill Blue Volume 6. And by the time this video goes up, the anime will have just started. We'll be getting episode 2 this week. I still honestly don't know how this series has a physical release, but we don't have anything for Witch Watch yet. I feel like they're kind of in a similar vein of like a wacky slice of life series with a bit of romance, comedy, and then kind of like a more serious overarching plot. The covers for this series are really bright and fun. I like the suit being all like one color. It kind of reminds me a bit of Togashi, like how he drew Kurapika on the cover of volume 35, for example. This volume gives us a fun showdown with one of the main villains and some of his henchmen versus our main character Ogami and some of his classmates, I guess. Feels very John Wick-esque, like a lot of the action in this series. And yeah, overall just a pretty fun series. Next up we've got Volume 5 of Astro Royale, and a really cool cover on this one, but it is unfortunately the second to last volume. So it was only 6 volumes total because it was cancelled, for those of you that don't know. Wakui's style is pretty interesting, I think. It's somehow like both sleek and clean, while also being very intricate and detailed. Especially when you look at like the eyes and the hair as well. I really hope that he comes back with a new series soon, whatever magazine that might be in, because he's got a great eye for action and character design too, I think. Then moving on to our latest volume of Dan Da Dan, which is volume 18. With this one, we're finally getting close to the end of the Cursed Trunk arc. We've got Okarun fighting possessed Zuma, and then delving right into Zuma's tragic backstory to end off this volume. I will say I am feeling a little down on Dan Da Dan recently, but then when I go back to previous arcs and chapters, I remember why I liked it so much to begin with. The backstories in this series are all really well done, and they add a lot to the characters, which are really the core of the entire series. I definitely will be rereading everything someday when it's all finished, because sometimes it's hard to judge a series accurately on an ongoing basis. Next up, we've got one of the newer series in Shonen Jump, that being Ichi the Witch, and this is volume 2, with the goat Descaras on the cover. She's far and away my favorite character, although the cast overall is pretty solid. This volume gives us the Hisame magic hunt, but more importantly, it is our first encounter with what I'm assuming is going to be the main villain, which is the World Hater magic. We haven't seen much of World Hater, but he's one of those villains that has a lot of influence on the story, kind of like Dio in Stardust Crusaders or Diavolo, where you don't really see much of them, but they're definitely felt. But yeah, I would say around this point in the story is where things really start to pick up, and then what really sold me on the series is the arc where you meet Gokudaku. And then we've got a handful of things going into the haven't read category, so I'll run through them pretty quick. Starting off with Phantom Busters Volume 3. Another great volume cover, and the more I see of this series, the more I like it, and it seems like a lot of fun. I particularly like whoever this guy is. He has a cool design. Then there's Gokurakugai Volume 5. And the art in this series looks super clean. I follow Sano on Twitter, and everything they post is just so pretty. I did read the one-shot way back when, but I'm not sure how much of that translated into the full serialization. But I guess I'll find out someday. Next up is going to be Bugle Call Volume 6. I feel like I've been seeing more people talk about this series, so there must be something to it. And there are a handful of fantasy series that I want to read, since it is one of my favorite genres, so I'm sure this will be a good one as well. Then from Shonen Sunday, we've got Volume 4 of Yaiba. Yaiba was one of my favorite anime from last year, for sure. I'm really interested to see the differences between the anime and the manga, but I'll have to wait and see once the full manga is out, because I don't think the scans that exist have translated the whole thing, at least not that I've seen. And then finally, our only Viz signature volume, we've got Volume 7 of Destroy All Humans They Can't Be Regenerated, the Magic the Gathering manga. I think it was actually in my first video where I got the previous volume of this series, and in that video I mentioned that Amazon claims the first printings come with an exclusive magic card, but I still haven't opened the previous volume, or this one, or any of the other ones I have, which are all shrink wrapped, so I can't confirm if I actually got those cards or not. Although, if you look, you can kind of see like it looks like there might be something tucked in there, like a little envelope or sleeve, so maybe that's where the card is, but yeah, I'll get there once I end up reading the series. I think it's a fun little bonus too, just to include like little cards or things like that. It reminds me of how the old Shonen Jump magazines would always have Yu-Gi-Oh cards in them. But yeah, looking forward to reading this one and checking out those magic cards if they're in there. Then moving on to our only pickup from Kodansha this time around, it's going to be Volume 7 of the episode Nagi Blue Lock spin-off. I really like the solo Nagi cover here. All the previous covers have been duos with Nagi and another character relevant in that particular volume. Nagi's never been my favorite character, but this spin-off definitely adds a lot more to him and his dynamic with Reo. And I think his character arc in the main series has been really interesting, especially going into the NEL and beyond. I'm curious whether we'll get any other Blue Lock spin-offs, at least, ones written by Kaneshiro. You could easily do one for, all the other teams in the series, but I kind of doubt it, and I don't even really think it's necessary. Because Nagi is Kaneshiro's favorite character, if I'm remembering that right, I think that's pretty much just how this series came to be. But yeah, even though this is just the second selection, just through Nagi's perspective instead of Isagi's, I still think it's a good read. Like I said, it does a lot for the characters. It also fleshes out some of the side characters that did not make it through the selection or were not relevant in the NEL. So, moving on to another series written by Kaneshiro, we've got Volume 3 of Super Ball Girls. The series kind of sometimes doesn't even feel real, especially because it was canceled, I think, and ended a few months ago already. It's like, you have those vague memories from a while ago, and it's kind of like, did that actually happen, or did I just make it up, or am I misremembering? But anyways, these volumes are coming out pretty slowly. I wonder if they will adjust the release schedule at all, since the series is complete. But yeah, if you like Kaneshiro and or Hiramoto, then I would definitely recommend this series. But if you're not familiar with either author, and especially if you don't like them, then this one's probably not going to be for you. But seeing as how I am a fan of both, yeah, I had a good time with this one. Next up, we've got Volume 5 of Plus Sized Elf, Second Helping, aka Shin Erifusan wa Yasurarenai. And you can probably already tell what kind of series this is just from the cover alone. And if you guessed a series providing real-world dieting and exercise advice, then you would be right. And also, well-endowed fantasy creatures, to put it nicely. I don't even remember how I found out about this series, but it was quite a while ago, probably actually around the time it started, which was all the way back in 2016. It's not my favorite series ever, but the art is really nice, and it's pretty fun and silly. Definitely one of the more niche series that I've read, and I'm kind of surprised that it even has an official release. I did see they also re-released the original series either last year or the year before or something, with all new covers that were redrawn versions of the originals. I definitely don't need them, but I just kind of want them. But yeah, as for the sequel series here, this is the latest volume, I think in Japan as well. I don't know how frequently the chapters are actually coming out, but the scans are not very far ahead of where this volume ends off, so. And for our last manga pickup this time around, we've got Volume 10 of Demons of the Shadow Realm, aka Yomi no Tsugai, Hiromu Arakawa's current ongoing series. I actually just started reading this last week, so that I could watch the anime as it's coming out. and yes, I'm one of those people that has to read the manga first before I can watch the anime. First few episodes of the anime have been great, and the manga I think is also really good. I like the Divine Right and Left a lot, but I think Ivan is probably my favorite character at this point. He's just too cool, and his demon pair are a lot of fun too. And on that note, I think the thing I like the most about this series are the demons themselves. I like that they all have unique personalities and quirks, and the fact that they all come in pairs makes for a lot of interesting dynamics, both within the pair and between the pair and their contracted master. The comedy is also great, as one would expect from Arakawa, and the action is super creative too. I literally just caught up the other day, and it was right at the end of a big arc, so really excited to see where the story goes from here on. And then for our one figure this time around, we've got the SH Figuarts Toji Fushiguro, and this is actually my first figure in Bandai's Jujutsu Kaisen line. I have most of the Figmas, so that's why I wasn't super interested in the Figuarts versions for a while, but it seems like the Figma line is basically dead, and this line is actually coming back strong, so I'm jumping in at this point. I've got Yuji in my March Ami Ami order, the new version, and then I'll have to pick up Yuta as well at some point. Based on the reviews I've seen, this guy looks pretty solid. He's a favorite character, so they had to do him justice in figure form. I wonder if they'll go back and reissue the older figures. I'm not sure how difficult they are to get at this point, or if I want to get them for now. But like I said, I will be getting the new Yuji and hopefully the new Yuta as well. I really hope they do other sorcerers and characters from the Calling game, since that has most of my favorite sorcerers and fights in the series, so it would be nice to get all of those characters in figure form. But yeah, looking forward to cracking this guy open, taking some fun pictures, and yeah. Alright, so that was everything that I picked up over the last 2 weeks. Here are my most anticipated things I got. Common theme of purple, looks like. But yeah, I feel like we're kind of getting back to what these hauls are supposed to be, which means mostly new manga releases, and then maybe a figure or two. The onslaught of Good Smile pre-orders is almost over, I think, so. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you next week for the February Ami Ami haul video. See ya.